Sing, so we'll sing together. I cry, and you cry, so we'll cry together. I love, and you love, so we'll love together. You hurt, I hurt, so we learned together, through everything, even the smaller things, even the harder things, we stay together, yeah. Through everything, even the bigger things, nothing's impossible if we stay together, yeah. You joke, I joke, so we laugh together. We shed, we cuss, but we learn together. We hurt, we fuss, but let's hurt together. I live, you live, so we live together, through everything, even the smaller things, even the harder things, we stay together, yeah. Through everything.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Can You Connect? And of course, this is Mr. Walk That Walk. And today's episode, we are going to be discussing communication disorders. And we're going to point on, I think this one has 4. The last one we did was intellectual disabilities, and this one will be on language. So we're going to do the language one, and then we're going to go over how someone having language disorders affect them in relationships on the next one, or marriage on the next episode. But my bad. We're going to be back, and I'm going to try to be consistent. Life has been happening. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first one is going to be language disorders. So language disorders are, let's say, they are persistent difficulties in the acquisition and use of language across modalities, such as spoken, written, sign language, due to the defects in comprehension or production that includes reduced vocabulary. So let's say they're struggling with word knowledge and using the knowledge of the words, limited sentence structure, such as the ability to put words and word endings together to form sentences based on the rules of grammar and morphology. Next is impairment in discourse, which is the ability to use vocabulary and connect sentences to explain or describe a topic or series of events, or in having a conversation. Language disorders are substantially and quantifiably below the expected age, resulting in functional limitations in effective communication, social participation, academic performance, and work performance. The onset of The language disorder is usually around 1 to 3 months or 5 years. That hits on the developmental milestones. And if you don't know what they are, check out the other video for the developmental milestones that I did. The next one is going to be on the next disorder is speech sound disorder, which includes persistent difficulty with speech sound production that interferes with speech and prevents verbal communication of the message you're trying to relay. The disturbance causes limitation in effective communication that interfere with social participation, academic performance, work performance. The onset is, as we know, early developmental. That's the second disorder. The third one is going to be child onset fluency disorder, which is stuttering. This disturbance in normal fluency and time patterning of speech that are inappropriate for the individual's age and language skills, which persist over time and are characterized by fluent and marked occurrences, one or more, which includes sound and syllable repetition, sound prolongation of consonants as well as vowels, broken words, which is pauses within a word, audible or silent blocking, which is unfilled pauses in speech, avoiding problematic words, words produced with an excess of physical tension, repetition, so somebody repeating a word multiple times, like they're saying I, like that's an example which you might hear. The onset is going to be early developmental period. And that will conclude the third disorder for communication disorders. And the last one is going to be social communication disorders. Persistent difficulties in the social use of verbal and nonverbal communication, as manifested by the following: defects in using communication in social purposes, such as greeting and sharing information in a manner that is appropriate in a social context. Context is probably like conversation, let's say. Impairment of the ability to change communication to match context or the needs of the listener, such as speaking differently in a classroom than on a playground, talking differently to a child than to an adult, avoiding use of overly formal language. So those are words like big words, maybe you're going over somebody's head. And sometimes you just gotta bring it down so that everybody understands. Difficulties following rules for conversations and storytelling, such as taking turns in a conversation, rephrasing when misunderstood, knowing how to use verbal and nonverbal signals to regulate interactions. Difficulties understanding humor or metaphors. These cause problems with social communication, academic performance, work performance, you know the rest. The onset is also going to be early developmental. However, they're saying it could also be I think one of them had an adult one. Let's see. Maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe it was another one that had an onset of adult. Maybe it wasn't social communication. Okay. It was an adult onset fluency for the stuttering for adults. So it was that one. So maybe stuttering could also happen with an adult as well while you are an adult. So that was the only one that had like child onset and adult onset. Okay. Yeah, so we're good on that. This is all from the DSM-5. That's what I'm reading from. We're going to go all the way from the front to the back. So imagine I just did the first one a few weeks ago. So now we're on the second one. You know, some of them we're going to put together because it's a lot. And some of them are connected to each other. So the things that are connected to each other, we're going to keep them together. I'll separate some things. It depends on what it is. Like learning disabilities, maybe. Depends. Like we'll get to it. We'll get to it when we get there. I ain't gonna get all to it right now, but we'll get to it. But yeah, so that will conclude this episode. And of course, we're going to be supporting Black-owned businesses. So the last time I supported a YouTuber was African Tigress because she was going to Haiti and showing that you could travel there and not only travel but have a good time. So that was in the description. And there's also people, in Haiti that are content creators as well, showing Haiti and the peaceful places and showing that there's not a bunch of chaos going on. So I'll put his information in the description below. And of course, support the musician who does my intro and outro, the person who made my avatar, and myself. I'm a clinical social worker in the state of Maryland. So I can provide individual, family, or couples therapy. If you're interested, definitely shoot me an email. All that information will be in the description below. Alright, so we'll definitely check back in, and y'all definitely have a good rest of the night and a good rest of the week. It's going to be Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, and then we might go back to just on Sundays. So stay tuned, and yeah, thanks for watching.
Our lives are filled with drama. Our homes, they feel empty. Our dreams slowly shatter, and our bodies are bruised and battered. What does it take to become a legend? What can we do to teach a lesson? Is there a way for a few to come in? Why do we wait to repaint the world? When the world loses color, it's our goal to paint them back. Yeah. When the world emotions have no our feelings have long gone. Our beautiful women can't see the beauty in them. Our men are not standing strong. What does it take to become a legend? What can we do to teach a lesson? Whoa, is there a way for a few to come in there? Why do we wait to repaint the world? Yeah, yeah, when the world loses its color. It's our goal to bring